Name is Uzma Burki, and I am with Amtrak as Senior Vice President of Human Capital Strategy and Centers of Expertise, which encompasses about close to 21,000 employees. So the demographic shifts that have really taken place in the United States have had a major impact and continue to have a major impact on corporate America. For instance, United States population has increased, has doubled since 1950s. It's now over 308 million. And what that really means is an influx of immigrants coming to the United States, both representing skilled and unskilled labor, coming from countries such as Asia, Middle East, Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean countries. So what this does is really creates a shift in the workforce of United States, and also in the workforce for the future. In addition to that, we have aging population, baby boomers retiring, and so those jobs have to be taken over by the younger generations, the Millennials, the Generation Ys, Generation X's. So there's a pretty much a tectonic, shift, if you will, in the United States as far as the workforce is concerned. With the demographics, there are a couple of talent power centers that have risen up, such as more and more women have entered the workforce. So the workforce, from as per the U.S. labor statistics, there are more women than there are men, and that is. That is related also to the high level of women graduating from colleges and universities. So that's one change. The other change is, of course, another talent power center is of the Asians. Asians have a very high level of education, and so when they come to the United States as immigrants, they typically enter professional work services or professional jobs. So that's another talent power center. Then we have the multi-generations, and multi-generations kind of all sort of pooled together, but they are generations such as Generation X, Y, and the Y20s, or the Millennials as they are called. So, and then we have a growing a talent power center of LGBTQs, which, given their purchasing power, are a very important economic factor in corporate structure. So as companies begin to look at harnessing this talent, they really have to look at each talent power center very differently. What are the cultural issues, the ethos that they bring to work? What are their constraints that they bring to work? And that's a major shift in the thinking, because pretty much in the 20th century and late 19th century, most of the immigrants came from Europe. So the European-based culture that got established in the United States is now shifting with more and more of a diversity, if you will. So the U.S. companies, whether they are national, whether they are regional, whether they are international, they have a very diverse workforce. So they really have to start looking at how to attract, retain, develop these different talent centers, and what types of benefits and rewards really would appeal to them. So the a la carte menu rather than a standard compensation and benefits. We have to start thinking of it in a different way now. I'm of the belief that corporate assimilation is pretty much passé. And what's really taking root, or should be taking root, is reverse acculturation. And what that really means is that the companies need to become really very sensitive to the issues, the challenges that the workforce brings. Because the workforce is now drawn from multitudes of different cultures, ethnic backgrounds, racial backgrounds, nationalities. And so gone are the days of cultural assimilation. Now you have, in corporate setting, several different types of cultures that each of the workforce constituents represent, and really getting attuned to understanding what challenges they face, not only at work but also the challenges they bring to work from their personal lives, need to be addressed in a very different standpoint than previously. Losing market share. If you do not diversify, you're going to lose market share. You're going to lose your brand effectiveness. And all companies obviously compete with each other. The service sectors compete amongst each other, with each other. The manufacturing sector competes as well in the same way. And what are they competing for? They're competing for same type of market opportunities, whether domestic or international. They're competing for same kind of demographics as far as their market consumers are concerned. And more, the workforce is now representative of the consumers that these companies cater to. So really not diversifying is going to really hurt them long term, because there's going to be a disconnect in terms of what they're aspiring to do and how they want to penetrate in those local markets without the help of the workforce that they bring.